Hey there, Ramble Force. Welcome to episode 19 of the Digital Ramble. I'm Chris Gamble, joined as always with JJ Cannon over in Houston, Texas. Hey, JJ.
Hey, Chris. How are you, brother?
Very good, very good. It's our Monday routine. Get this recording, making content, enjoying it.
I love waking up on Mondays and heading to the studio and getting to share some content, create some content with you for our listeners and viewers. And last episode was just fantastic, you know, that we did with Sonos.
Yeah, and that was the end of season 2, and today we begin season 3, and we've got a whole new topic lined up, episodes scheduled, we've got our scripts ready, we're ready to roll into season 3 of the Digital Ramble.
Yeah, and on this season, we're kind of segmenting the smart home. You know, there's predominantly people talking about the family room or the home theater room, and we want to segment different spaces that you really can incorporate some cool, smart tech into.
That's right, and we really want to help people tackle one space at a time in their home. It's not about doing the whole home in one hit. You can tackle room by room, area by area. So let's get into episode 1 of season 3, JJ.
Let's do it.
So the smart home, a daunting task for many.
A daunting task. I love how you say that.
It can be. There is a lot to consider with a smart home. All these different services we've talked about with security and lighting and heating and the internet and entertainment and all these things, and keeping everyone happy, all the different age groups and preferences that people have. And often we sit and talk with our clients and we listen to what they would like from their smart home. And often it boils down to not the whole home. It often boils down into, we'd really like, you know, our lounge upgraded with better audio, bigger TV, maybe some shades, some lighting control. Then they move into another room and they start discussing what they'd like in the kitchen. So it's not always about talking about a product. It's often talking about a space in the room and what can be done to make that space smart.
Yeah, man. And some of the areas, some of these spaces that we're going to be talking about are areas that people are really interested in making smart. The kitchen. I mean, the kitchen is like the hub of the house. You know, it's the intersection where everything kind of transports through. Mom's always in there. And so we're going to be focusing on the kitchen and also like the outdoor. Summer's coming up here in the States. People are wanting to get outside. Wireless connectivity is more crucial than ever, and the family wants to spend some time outside. And then also one of the areas that we're going to be talking about, Gamble, is the bathroom. You know, and it's like, what? I was talking to Mike, and I was like, Mike, yeah, we're going to be talking about smart tech in the bathroom. He's like, what would you do in the bathroom?
Sure.
You know,
it's when you start diving deeper into each space, you actually start to identify that different tech is needed in these different spaces. You know, the kitchen is the high footfall, lots of activity. You know, you're up and about, you're moving around, you're preparing food, you're loading up cupboards, you're washing up, you're doing different things.
You're cooking.
Yeah, cooking, of course, and you've got the kitchen's always been full of tech. Always, you know, it has the dishwasher, the washing machine, the tumble dryer, the refrigerator, the kettle, the toaster. You know, all of these now today have internet connected variants. They've gone smart.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's interesting you say that. I really haven't put the two together, but in the home, the kitchen has really been the leader of tech, you know, as far as refrigeration and heating things to certain temperatures, and that's kind of a cool correlation there. And then outside, and when we get to outside, I mentioned Wi-Fi, but also, we talk about our smart solutions for security and other areas. Irrigation is big for us here in the Texas area and in the South, and making sure that the investment that you've made in your landscape or even your gardens, like a real garden, you can actually manage it with the water that you're putting on it and be very efficient, and do that with some intelligence and understanding what you're doing for that area.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to discussing irrigation more, because it's not a widely talked about service in the UK. Maybe the much larger gardens are relying on it, but they may use a professional gardener for that kind of advice and professional services. But it's not that common here. But as the climates are changing and the temperatures increase, we get these hot summers here now. In UK terms, it's hot. So we need to start thinking about that in the UK, and saving water, but also managing our outdoor spaces. But one thing that we've been researching this season, and I'm fascinated by the amount of tech that's available for outdoor cooking as well, like real smart tech that notifies your phone or tablet with things like cooking temperature, and the smart barbecue, the smart grill that's available. It's just such a wide spectrum of tech in all areas of the home today.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's really been an eye catcher for us. We do a lot of steak and grilling and things like that down here. Definitely in Texas, we do a lot of barbecuing. But some of those meat thermostats that you can stick in the meat are just very popular, and guidance. Clients realize that there's tech there, but guidance towards what those right tech products are. We're going to be discussing those a little bit more in detail, as this new season kicks off.
Yeah, moving back into the home, we didn't talk about it yet, but when we researched this season, we talked about the amount of tech available to the bedroom.
Oh yeah.
It's the space where you spend a third of your day. It's where you sleep for that 8 hours. And there's a lot of tech related to sleep, quality of sleep, monitoring your sleep, getting that data and making decisions how to improve your sleep. And, more sleep or better sleep, better person, better health, better productivity. So that's a fascinating area.
Yeah, definitely. Tech while you sleep is crucial. Something that's passionate for me is my kids' education and how they're using tech, and whenever they're doing their studies, they're in their bedrooms, and I find it very impactful to having our kids be able to communicate with other kids that they're doing collaborations with on projects, and being able to access information quickly that's reliable and safe, for our kids in their bedroom, and getting them the right tools that they need so that they can make good grades and really learn some valuable information that's right there at their fingertips.
Yeah, and this is a growing area that we're going to have to get used to in the future, where professional services are dialing into our home to support us, whether it's tutoring for your children, communication from your school, that they might start to get homework and projects via an Alexa skill, or via some kind of online video call like we're doing right now. But also that's going to start to become commonplace with healthcare, the remote healthcare support from your local doctor or health center. That's already becoming a thing, and we're only going to see that become more common. So incoming professional services to the home need to be given the right tech for connections.
Absolutely. And we're also going to sprinkle in there, Gamble, this coming season. We're going to sprinkle in there that the family room, the area that we traditionally talk about for a theater, well, not theater, but watching movies and getting together with your family and friends to watch the game, some football, wherever you might be. But we're going to be talking about like chairs and chargers and, how can you hide it? Because I don't like wires. I don't like stacks of boxes, and so we're going to be talking about, that family room and how different types of tech can be incorporated that you might not be exposed to or aware of.
Yeah, when we talk about the family room and the kind of the main TV viewing room in the house, we'll also tackle what we're seeing, the trend in the UK for us is the decline of TVs in other rooms. The tablet and the smartphone replacing the TV that used to be in the bedroom, the guest room, the kids' bedroom. The smaller screens are dominating viewing, and we've really seen a rapid decline. And I know in the States, you guys, you love your big screens and your TVs, and I see you install so many in these houses, and I think you install in one house what we do in maybe 7 or 8 houses sometimes, because we have seen this trend of the reduction of the amount of screens, but still a big focus on a high quality screening room where you can watch movies, box sets, listen to music, but also do other things, and we'll talk about that, like exercise and parties and karaoke and stuff like that. So a mixed use family space for audio and video.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, Gamble, we are starting to see the reduction of large screens for as many as we put in. We put in a lot of them. But the home theater room is really a space that people like to gravitate towards for gaming with the family or watching a movie or YouTubing or even turning their home theater room into a YouTube studio, to produce content for their kids. It's been a really interesting space and has seen a lot of expansion in its abilities in that one room that normally used to be only used for watching movies.
Now, the reason we're doing this intro to season 3, next week we'll go straight into our first space, but we're using this episode as an opportunity for you, the viewer, the listener, to contribute, get in early, start to talk about some of the tech that's in your home, some of the services that you need in certain spaces. And we want your input to mold the future episodes, to dictate what we talk about, because it's all, we want our content to be as good as it can be for you guys. So if you've got anything for the show, please get in touch. All the social media platforms, we accept direct messages, tag us, leave comments, influence future content from the Digital Ramble.
Yeah, absolutely. We completely welcome engagement and communication and ideas on what we might want to present, especially in this tee up into going into smart spaces and smart areas. We'd love to get the input that you might have and some cool things that you've seen implemented in these spaces that we should probably consider to talk about.
And I'll also blatantly say that I'm interested in hearing your ideas, the viewer, the listener, because I'm thinking of moving house soon. We're in the market. We're looking for a larger property as my family grows. And I'm interested to hear from people that have, made the upgrades to their home recently. And I'd love to discuss that, and maybe it could influence some things that you may see in the very near future of me upgrading the spaces in my home and making them smart.
And Gamble, you know what? We're kind of moving in parallel there. We're getting ready to move from one space into another space, and prior to moving in, I'm going to smarten it up and probably do a little bit of
Sounds like some vlogs. Sounds like some vlogs are coming soon.
Yeah, some vlogs are in our future, no doubt about it. I'm excited. It's kind of fun, turning your space into a smart space and, being able to verbally command it or, have motion sensors go off automatically, especially when you see it in its dumb state. Sure. and it transitions into a smart space. It's relieving, it's interesting, it's impactful.
Well, tomorrow I'm going to view another property, and it's untouched and original 1970s home, maybe late 1960s, early 1970s. And I've looked at the pictures online, and it looks so old-fashioned, so dated. It's not our best era for home design, but I'm looking at it and I'm getting excited because I'm thinking, this can be upgraded, this can be made smart, we can do this indoors, outdoors, And one of the things we'll talk about in the outdoor episode is the growth of the outbuilding, the cabin in the home being another space where you can retreat to that might be for exercise or for gaming or for watching TV. So, I'd love to hear more from our audience, and I encourage comments throughout the episodes, and even on Anchor. Use the feature to call in. If you've got a smart home question, ask the Digital Ramble, and we'll provide what support we can.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not only Anchor. I mean, we're on a total of 11 different podcasts out there, and so if anybody wants to listen to any of our previous episodes, please do so. We do monitor all those channels, so please drop us a message on there. And yeah, man, I can't wait to get into season 3 and start discussing a little bit more about the smart spaces and the interesting finds and solutions that we can provide ourselves as well as our clients.
So viewers and listeners of the show will know that week after week we hop back and forth between Gamble Ramble and Cannon Fire. This week we're on a Cannon Fire. You got something for us, JJ?
Yeah, man. I have been hearing these 3 letters thrown around: ARC, ARC, and in our business, it's starting to percolate and be used a lot more. And man, this last week, I really had a revelation in using ARC. And what ARC is an audio return channel that is on televisions predominantly, that you can connect back to your audio receiver or an audio amp. In this situation, we were using the new Sonos amp, and it has an HDMI ARC input on it. One wire, Gamble, between the television and the amp, and automatically, with the push of the power button, it automatically switches on your amp of choice, controls the volume up and down. Same thing with switching between sources. It auto senses. Oh my goodness, I really see ARC as coming on as a big game changer for audio distribution. Truly changing how audio is distributed throughout a house, and matrixing. I cannot tell you how painful it was to write macros to say, when my television turns on, then my amp needs to turn on, and by the way, it needs to go to this input at this volume. And that one string of code could take quite a bit of time depending on what products you were trying to incorporate. And so just understanding the history of that and then implementing it now with trying to provide the same solution but in a newer way is just like, oh my gosh, the time that it saves, the pain that it takes away, the experience that it provides the homeowner is going to be very, very impactful. And just using the Sonos products and being able to group rooms or ungroup rooms and use them independently, collaborating with the television, that is smart. In the project that we were using last week, Gamble, it was a smart television, Sonos amp, and some Sonos by Sonance speakers in the ceiling, and the experience was flawless and beautiful. And I can't wait to continue to implement more of those. But the ARC channel is here, and I think it's here to stay. It's an incredible feature, that a real life usable feature. It's not like 3D. I mean, this is one that's like, oh my gosh, this is cool. So that's what I got for the ARC.
Just a couple of extra things on that I'd like to add, because we've begun using it again, and I do believe that Sonos has put a spotlight on Arc again. Arc has been around for a while. It's been in your screen for several years. It's been there. But the Sonos Beam had the Arc function. The Sonos Amp has brought back the Arc function and has put another spotlight on this. To identify it on your TV, guys, it's very distinctive. You'll see HDMI 1, HDMI 2, HDMI 3, HDMI 4, for example. One of them will have, in brackets below it, ARC, ARC. That's the only HDMI input that will provide that audio return channel. So to find it on the back of your screen, it's very distinctive. It's got an HDMI number and then ARC beside it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to drop a couple of videos on our channels and demonstrate how we are using ARC in unique ways. So, yeah,
That's
man.
over on the Digital Delight channels. Where's that? Is that on Facebook?
Yeah, well, you can find us all over the place. Facebook is one spot at Digital Delight TX. We got a pretty cool YouTube and Instagram channel. Both of those you can find us at Digital Delight 1. And then, man, I'm all over LinkedIn. And you can check out Digital Delight there or JJ Cannon. And you've been putting out some ridiculous content too. I mean, the stuff that you're doing on Instagram and Facebook, your shop, it's good stuff.
Yeah, Instagram's still the hottest platform for us. So at Customize1, check out our story. We put some good amount of content on there every week. And check out one of our latest Instagram posts talks about 1 Hour Wi-Fi, our hottest service, bar none. I'm sure it's going to come up when we talk about services in the home and spaces in the home. So check out 1 Hour Wi-Fi on the Customized website.
Yeah. And Gamble, also, I want to say thanks to all our Patreons that have hung with us through season 1, season 2, and now we're rolling to season 3. So thank you to Patreons that continue to support the show, the Digital Ramble that Gamble and we've been putting together on a weekly basis.
Cool. All right, JJ, I'll let you get on with your Monday. You've got a full, busy week ahead. And it's been great to catch up with you again.
Hey, brother. Nice to see you. You take care. Be safe. And until next week, y'all have a great week. Every month, the Digital Ramble will receive a regular source of income from supporters who've pledged through Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, having your ongoing support means we spend less time thinking about business and more time creating quality content for you.
Customized, based in Norfolk, England, are proud sponsors of the Digital Ramble. Check out our all set up services. It's smart home installation with ease. Customize.uk.com.
If you're looking to make your basic home smart, check out digitaldelight.com/shop, where they have a variety of different smart home technology solutions that help make smart home shopping easy for you. Check out digitaldelight.com/shop.